And of course, it's time for everything under the sun. A time to be born, a time to go to school, a time when you need to graduate, a time when you need to look for that dream job of yours. This is the time for the job show, and exactly we are looking at Pitch Yourself, the battle of the job seekers with Daniel and Oyindamola. And today, definitely, we are interviewing these job seekers on skills, experience, management abilities, self-introduction, and of course, we do have scenarios questions, 5 questions for these outstanding job seekers. Okay, good morning, Daniel. You ready for this? Good morning, Oyindamola. You ready for this?
Good morning, sir. I'm ready.
Okay, then let's go quickly. We are taking ladies first. We will start with Oyindamola. Oyindamola, this is a self-introduction question. And I need you to be ready for this question. A self-introduction question. As I said earlier, 60 seconds, minimum, maximum of 90 seconds per questions. If you are ready for this, Oyindamola, please can you say correct?
Correct, sir.
Okay, Oyindamola, this is for you. Self-introduction question. Could you please introduce yourself and highlight how your academic and professional background in mass communication has prepared you for the role, for any role? I'll take that again. Could you please introduce yourself and highlight how your academic and professional background in mass communication has prepared you for any role? Your time starts now.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Oyindamola, graduate of Mass Communication in the Polytechnic of Lagos State, HND. I acquired my MD in Kwara State Polytechnic in 2018, and I have worked in several organizations since then. So my first job was at internship at Catubi's a travel agent where I worked as a customer care service, and I was able to relate to the customers. Then I proceeded to working with an HMO, Medexa HMO, which was an health plan, and I was able to relate to their customer. I worked as an admin and a front desk person. Then I proceeded to working at Fitness Plus, also a gym, and I was working with a customer. I was working as a customer care person. So basically, my communication skills and interpersonal skills has always built me in building relationships with customers, helping them comfortable, relating with them properly, and making them feel welcomed and always relaxed. That's happened. Okay, so in communication now, while I was in school, I was able to network myself into public relations and advertising per se, not forgetting journalism. So I was the advert manager of my department, which included in producing 2 magazines, one for a semester, the other one for the other semester. And while advertising, I met several people, and I was able to convince them to place their adverts with my community newspaper, which led to success. I made about 1 million for the first semester, and second semester about 600,000 naira.
All right, thank you so much. You did justice to that. I must commend your ability to get in advertorial commercials for your employer of labor. 1 million, did you say, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, that's a lot. We should be considering getting you an employer of labor that can take you in, and maybe you definitely can rake in ₦1 billion for them as well. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
okay. Daniel, are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Daniel, this is for you. It says here, could you provide a brief introduction about yourself, emphasizing how your fine arts background contributes to your unique perspective and skills that you bring to the position that you may get? I will take that again. Could you provide a brief introduction about yourself, emphasizing how your fine arts background will contribute to your unique perspective and skills that you are bringing to the employer of labor? Your time starts now.
I'm Olayunju Daniel by the lead photographer for OCD Visuals Media, contemporary photographer that specializes in wedding, portraits, and event photography. Also, the lead minister for the Voice of Worship Ministry, which is the gospel gathering and interdenominational gathering that brings believers together to achieve a common goal, which is raising men for the kingdom of God. Also, I'm a dog lover and a percussionist in my church. So my find and apply that has helped me so far to be able to introduce colors, understanding colors, the fundamentals of colors, and introducing them into my craft, which is photography. I specialize in graphics designing while on campus at the Olabisi Onabanjo University Ikobu campus. I specialize in graphics and the understanding of colors and elements of designs and all has really helped me so far to be able to put it into my craft and be able to communicate well to my audience, to give them a beautiful image to view and suit their needs too.
All right, I like that part where you started making money right from the university days. It sounds like you are born an entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then congratulations on that. And I do hope that you keep pushing more because that's the future of any wealthy man that you may think of. Entrepreneurship will definitely take you to the next level. Of course, job will definitely give you the platform to save, to budget, to shop, and of course, to plan ahead with your ideas in life. You need it. But
Yes.
entrepreneurship will definitely get you to your dreamland.
Thanks, sir.
Let's go, Oyindamola. Are you ready? It's your turn.
Yes, I'm ready, sir.
Okay, this is a skill question, Oyindamola. This is a skill question. And the question says here, can you share an experience from your academic or internship background where you effectively utilize your communication skills to convey a message to a diverse audience? How did you ensure clarity and engagement? I'll take that again, Oyindamola.
Yes, sir.
Can you share an experience from your academic or internship background where you effectively utilize your communication skills to convey a message to a diverse audience? How did you ensure clarity and engagement? Your time starts now.
Okay, so I'm still going to make reference back to my role as an advert manager in school because that was like a breakthrough for me all my stay in school. So my communication skills enabled me to reach out to top people aside students because our target audience was basically students because it was a community newspaper. But we were encouraged to go outside, look for companies outside the school, convince them enough to bring their brand into our community newspaper, tell them what we are capable of doing, which was okay, it's a community newspaper and we reach diverse audience. We go outside of the school environment to reach out to people and your brand is safe with us. So I was able to reach out to few companies, which include some schools around Ikorodu, companies like Cornell in front of my school at the day, and they were convinced enough to bring in their adverts into my community newspaper with the help of few advert personnel, of course. It wasn't done by me alone. But the point is, my communication skills have always been the best part of me because when I try to convince people, I don't know how it works, but then they just feel like, oh, you're someone we can trust. And of course, let's do this with you, let's do that with you. And that has always been a major breakthrough for me. It was the most interesting part of my time in school where I was able to pull through with a 1 million naira target in my first semester and 600,000 targets in my second semester. So your communication has been the best part of being a mass communication student. Thank you.
Thank you, Oyindamola. I like the part where you said the client says you are someone they can trust. That's a very big one. When a client tells a merchant, when a client tells a business that we can trust you, it's a big one. And what are we doing business for if not to build the trust of customers? So I think it's a win for you, a personal win for you when the customers can tell you, you know what, we can definitely trust you with our money. Everybody is so easy. Talk is cheap and marketing is very cheap. But how do you talk to a client and make him or her bring out that penny and buy your products? Is about trust. So that's a good one, Oyindamola.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
on that. All right, Daniel, are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then this is for you, Daniel. This is a skill question. In the context of your fine arts background, can you discuss a project where you had to blend creativity with a practical objective or problem solving? How did your artistic skills contribute to achieving the desired outcome? Relax, I'll take that again. In the context of your fine arts background, can you discuss a project where you had to blend creativity with a practical objective or problem solving? How did your artistic skills contribute to achieving the desired outcome? Your time starts now, Daniel.
Okay, I will make reference to when I started my series. I did it at Ibadan Liberty Road with a fine arts photographer who specializes in creating images with lights and is Mr. Optimistic. We call him Optimistic Visuals. So I studied for 3 months with him, and I was able to get ideas of fine art photography, and I tried to incorporate it in my final year projects, to which I discussed about drug abuse. Um, I discussed about drug abuse, examination malpractice, and I was able to. We created image with one of our classmates tying his hand. That is the effect of drug abuse when one indulged in drug abuse. If either you start misbehaving and you are caught in the act and you are being saved in one way or the other. So we try to create image from that by tying his hand and adding textual information to it. That is, illicit substances are not good for humans, and that is visible in the institution right now. It's a big board. We made it a big board.
All right, thank you so much, Daniel. I also like the part that you venture into the abuse on drug abuse. Believe me, hear me out, is a terrible addiction. When it starts, it takes another realm, to stop it. And people that are in that realm, that's where we need to advocate for good governance and see how we can really eradicate that uh, poison, in the society. It's a big worry for me as an individual. Of course, I love your explanation, your skills breakdown on that. Let's go back to Oyindamola. Oyindamola, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Oyindamola, this is an experience question. We did talk about self-introduction. We just concluded the skills question, and we are heading to the experience questions. Oyindamola, this is your question, Oyindamola. Can you please share a specific experience from your past roles and internship in the field of mass communication that you believe has significantly contributed to your professional growth and prepared you for any position? I'll take that again. Please work with me. Can you please share a specific experience from your past role in the field of mass communication that you believe has significantly contributed to your personal growth and preferred to the position you will be applying for with any employer of labor? Your time starts now, Oyindamola.
Okay, sir. So while I was doing my HND, I was in the print option. There was broadcast and there was print. So in the print option, we were majorly into newspaper and magazine production. So as a print student, we were exposed to different aspects of reporting. You go into the field, you gather news, you process news. So basically, it has prepared me for any field. I can go anywhere into aviation, health, accounts, business. Oh yeah, there was one time I offered a course in business reporting. So it has exposed me to different parts of the news entirely, of gathering news entirely. The slogans they use, the jargons they use in different fields. I'm quite familiar with field. So I'm going to be leveraging on that experience here, because as a print student, we were exposed more to the field work. We were not always inside. We were always outside, gathering news, writing it. Then we come back, we write it, we process it, take it to our supervisor. If he's not impressed, you either go back to the field or you rework it. So, and yeah, I majored at some point in photography. I was taking pictures. So in one of our newspaper production, my picture was on the front page with my name in it. So that I was outside. Is it that you were getting news or pictures? I came back with two, but they were like, "Oh, this picture is better. We can use someone else's story." So photography and writing story has been a major breakthrough for me as a print student.
All right, photography and writing stories has been a major breakthrough for you. And I can see Daniel smiling that, oh, I have Oyindamola too that does photography. It seems we have photographers in this section of the episode. That's interesting. Okay, let's see if we can have a context about photography, somewhere, someday in the future. And I really want to see how your materials will come out. Good one, Oyindamola, and I'm impressed. Good one. Okay, Daniel, are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is for you, Daniel, and it says here, how has your experience in the field of fine arts, whether through projects, exhibitions, or collaborations, equipped you with skills and insights that you feel are valuable for the role you may get with an employer of labor? I'll take that again, Daniel. How has your experience in the field of fine arts, whether through projects, exhibitions, or collaborations, equipped you with skills and insights that you feel are valuable for the role an employer of labor might call you? Your time starts now.
Okay. One thing so far that find and apply that has helped me to understand is you incorporating things that would differentiate you from just a photographer or just a creative. Being a find and apply that, in creating images, you have to consider a lot of things that a normal photographer would probably not consider. That is your elements, your placement, your color psychology, and how your color works hand in hand also. So creating image for particular brands, number one, you have to consider their colors. You have to consider how they've been working and how you have to do yours also to match whatever. So fine art has helped me to understand not just creating image, but creating image to suit my audience.
Creating image to suit your audience. And that brings me to another compliment that, I must quickly say that both of you are amazing. And I see no reason why an employer of labor will not quickly call on both of you for immediate employment. But let's keep our fingers crossed. The future is very bright for you guys. This is a scenario question. I'm sure you all know what a scenario is. This is a scenario question, and I will go with you, Daniel. Are you ready for this, Daniel?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then this is for you, Daniel, a scenario question. You are given a project that requires you to create a visually compelling and innovative piece of artwork that aligns with a brand identity. How would you approach this project, and what elements or terms would you incorporate to make it stand out and resonate with your audience? I'll take that again, Daniel. You are given a project that requires you to create a virtually compelling and innovative piece of artwork that aligns with your brand's identity. How would you approach this project, and what elements would you incorporate to make it stand out and resonate with the company's audience? Your time starts now.
Okay, first I would say to attend to the company's audience, first I will have to check so far how the companies have been running their stuffs. For example, if I'll be working on taking pictures for the companies, I will check the colors they've been using. For example, if I'm working with a baby company or a company that works with luxury, in art we see a black color as a representative to luxury. If I'm doing a photography session, if I'm appointed as a official photographer for like for companies like Bugatti, for a brand like Bugatti, Bugatti is a luxury brand. So I will have to deal with my colors. I will have to work with blacks and colors that relate to luxury. So it will speak even more to the audience than just the pictures alone I'll be taking.
Thank you so much. Bugatti is a car company. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
You must love cars, Daniel. That's a very
Everybody loves.
yeah. That's a very big. I like that. I like that. And Oyindamola, you are next. This is a scenario question, Oyindamola.
So,
Imagine you are tasked with handling a crisis communication situation for an organization. How would you approach it? And what strategies would you employ to ensure effective communication and mitigate potential reputational damage? I'll take that again, Oyindamola. Imagine you are tasked with handling a crisis communication situation for an organization. How would you approach it? And what strategy would you employ to ensure effective communication and mitigate potential reputational damage? Your time starts now.
okay, so this is public relation here. And there are several theories in public relation, but I'm not going to take us there. But I'm going to try to employ like two. There's a race model, which means you research, you access, you. I can't really remember the abbreviations, but what race model and Frank Jeffries' system model means that first of all, you try to check what the problem is. If you don't know the problem, there's no you provide solution to it. You check the problem, you check how the problem is affecting the people involved. If it's something that can be mended, of course, every problem is mended, of course. So first of all, you have to research the problem, you analyze the problem. Okay, how big of an impact has it made? How terrible is it? Is this something that can be made with mild communication, or do we have to go extra miles in trying to mend the reputation of the company? Then you reach out to the companies, the parties involved. Oh, okay, let's assume that let's try and use a brand here. Let's assume there's a peak advert, or let's assume peak company produce a particular brand and children brand, and it wasn't resonating well with audience. You have to go into the market to do your market analysis. Oh, how is this brand with you? How is this particular product? How is it making impact? Do people love it? Is there complaint? Then you take that complaint back to your company. I'll take that complaint back to my company, and that is what I'll work with. Then we give feedback back to the audience.
All right, I like that. And I like the part that you want to really school us today, taking us back to the class on several theories, and I like that. I hope, Faith, you are taking notes. Oyindamola is taking us back to the class. Okay, then PR is one job that everybody as a job seeker must be able to have such skills. The best PRO for an organization is for every employer to have a personal PR to his own brand, because an employee is also a brand to the organization. So, good one. Let's go straight to the last question section of this pitch yourself to employers of labor. Management abilities. management ability question. And I'm going to start with you, Daniel. I'm coming for you. Can you share an experience where you had to manage a team or project in your previous role? How did you approach it? And what strategies did you employ to ensure successful collaboration and completion of the project? I'll take that again. Daniel, this is your question. And it says, can you share an experience where you had to manage a team or a project in your previous employer of labor? How did you approach it? And what strategies did you employ to ensure successful collaboration and completion of the project? Share with us. The time starts now, Daniel.
Okay. To achieve a particular project, I, as a team leader, I have to understand the project, and I will be able to communicate it well to my team members so as for them also to understand what we are driving at and what we want to achieve together. After that, we consider how the project will be achieved. That is, what are things we'll be needing, um, the cost and the time management also to achieve it. So working hand in hand, getting all this information will help us move faster and get the whatever is need to be done quickly. So collaborating with team has been something I've been doing as a photographer. I also collaborate with other brands to achieve um, their goals, even mine to serve as a means of getting a portfolio for myself and also for them to be able to achieve a better thing for their audience also. So collaboration has just been a normal thing for me, sir.
All right, I like that. Collaboration is a normal thing. In other words, is a natural gift for you that you just unleash, to your operations as an employee with an organization. Collaboration, I like that, and it sounds to me like a teamwork, because if no organization will succeed without a teamwork, and for me, teamwork must come first, because we're all here for one purpose. When you work in an organization, for the paycheck, and the paycheck will definitely come if you have a teamwork, people you can rely with when it comes to trust your colleague in the office. All right, Oyindamola, I see this smile. At this, you can crack this even while sleeping. Are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Okay then. This is your question, Oyindamola, and it says here. I'll take the same question for you. Can you share an experience where you had to manage a team or project in your previous role? How did you approach it? And what strategies did you employ to ensure successful collaboration and completion of the project? I'll take that again. Can you share an experience where you had to manage a team or project in your previous role? How did you approach it? And what strategies did you employ to ensure successful collaboration and completion of the project? Your time is now.
I think we are going to agree that the hardest part of putting people, or the hardest people to put together are students, because we came from different homes, different backgrounds, different experiences, and for everybody to be on the same page, it's going to take a lot of work. So during my role as the advert manager, I had over 50 students, 50 female students working with, and I heard they say that my gender is the hardest. So imagine putting up with 50 female from different backgrounds, different experiences, different social lives, and all of that, just because we are reaching a 1 million naira target for our newspaper production. So this is it. Of course, I had a deputy. So we have several meetings, myself and my deputy. Okay, this is what we are going to, this is how we are going to put it. Then we come out to meet you. We have to be extremely patient. I think patience is the best key in managing people. You have to be extremely patient, because they will try to test your patient. They'll be like, oh, they are not, and of course, they are still going to be like, oh, that target is too much. It's not something we can work with. I don't have people that want to advertise. I don't have people that want to talk to me. I cannot talk to people. I'm shy. I'm this, I'm that. But as a team leader, you encourage them, you motivate. I was able to motivate and tell, oh, you can do this. If I can do it, you can do it as well. Okay, this is what you give them little experiences, and I share experience with them. Okay, when I went to meet this man, this was how we reacted, but then I was able to reach a bargain. So at the end of the day, we were able to work together to meet our 1 million naira target, and the production was a success. Trust me. So you have to be very patient. You have to be sincere with them. You motivate them, and you impact them too. Thank you.
Thank you. Of course, I trust you. When you say managing 50 students, it's a lot. Even in my office, for God's sake, we're just 16 in my office, and we're able to manage 50 people, 50 colleagues. Uh, Daniel, you must agree with me. Faith, you must agree with me that we have a genius here that can manage 50 people on the go and also surpass that target of $1 million or naira.
Naira, sir.
Okay. Naira, I just need to clarify that and be sure. But if it's dollar, I would have I probably asked you that. Can I resign and probably work with you? Because I also have a target of $1 billion to meet. All right, guys, I must say we've been able to pull questions from 5 categories: self-introduction, skills, experience, scenarios, and management ability. And if you must ask me that both of you that's talking about Daniel and Oyindamola, you are outstanding in your capacity, and I see no reason why employer of labor will not contact you for an immediate employment opportunity. Believe me, take this home. I see a bright future in you guys, and I can tell you categorically and authoritatively that the jobs will start flowing in for you immediately after the show. But before we do call it a day, I must ask you, what are the jobs you are looking for? And I'm going to start with you, Daniel. I'm going to give an opportunity to please tell the employer of labor out there the kind of job you are looking for, the kind of salary you are seeking for, the location of the job you are looking for. These days, the world is moving towards remote, and there's also a kickback force that is saying the world should move back to in-office job. So it's kind of in the middle. We don't know if it's going to work. The remote job has come to stay, or on-site jobs will definitely be retained as well. Whatever it is, whatever the case is, believe me, a job is a job, be it remote or on-site, be it hybrid. So talk to me, Danny, and I'm coming back to you, Oyindamola. What job are you looking for? What position are you looking for? What salary range are you looking for? What location are you looking for? You have the floor. And this, I can give you 90 seconds flat. Talk to me.
Okay, I'm looking forward to being a studio manager or a personal photographer, official photographer for a firm companies, and I will be glad if it will be within Lagos to Ibadan because I reside in the state, so I can easily move to make everything done. And 100,000 and above.
I like the part when you smile about the salary, 100,000 and above. You need to say it confidently that you are worth what you are asking for. Please,
Yes, sir.
how much are you seeking for?
100,000 and above.
Okay, then. Thank you so much for sharing that thought with us as well. And I'm going to go back to Oyindamola. I know that if there is anything ladies want, is to spend the money, shop very well. So definitely the desired salary might be 300% above Daniel. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'll go back again. Faith is nodding her head that I'm right. Okay, then let's go back to Oyindamola. I need you to tell us the job you are specifically looking for, the location where you want the job to come from, and of course, what are your expectations from the employer of labor in terms of salary, location, and of course, the desired position. Mind you, you don't have to mention one position. You can as well have a free flow and tell us probably one or two or three positions that you feel that you are capable of doing. The time starts now.
Okay, thank you, sir. I am versatile enough to work as a radio broadcaster. I can do a field reporter, go into the field to report, a PR personnel. I can do an advert personnel too. So I think my major will be among those four: a field reporter, broadcaster, PR personnel, advert personnel too. And I'm looking forward to earning 150,000 and above. In Lagos State, to be precise, mainland, because transportation in Lagos is quite on the high, and I stay at Ikorodu. So anything on the mainland can work fine for me. But island is, I will have to think about the salary again for island.
I said it. I said when a female they have the opportunity to ask for money is always bigger than okay 150,000. I'm sure there are media houses, PR organizations that will definitely consider that. The good things about your qualification for Daniel and Oyindamola is that I feel and I know that all sectors of life will definitely require your services. Your profession is not tailored to a particular sectors of life. So as you think of construction, you think of infrastructure, you think of hospitality, you think of manufacturing, you think of media houses, your professions will definitely fit into all of these sectors. So your opportunities are not limited. They are open and open never ended for opportunities to come in and find you as well. Of course, I also need to inform you that we definitely, I don't know, Faith must have shared that with you, that we are also, for this episode, we are also giving out, we will review this production. We will look at the interview processes, how you're able to answer your questions critically, technically, and of course, come up with someone that we feel that we can give a token of 30,000 to either Daniel or Oyindamola, then 10,000 to the second runner up. That doesn't mean that your 10,000, because you have access to the 10,000, does not express that you have not done well on the pitch show. What it does is that it gives you the ability to be hungry for more success and, of course, to do better as you pursue your career. So we look at this as a team, as job show, and get back to you and say, okay, Oyindamola Daniel, we are giving you 30,000. Oyindamola Daniel, we are giving you 10,000. I said, well, we definitely come to a conclusion in a few days from now. So let me go back to you. Without having an interview without a Q&A is definitely a selfish attitude. We must ask you, do you have a question? Talk to me, Daniel.
Okay. Basically, I don't have
question, comments.
I'm glad this I'm glad the job show is putting this out because there are a lot of youth out there. They came out with a good grade, but still can't get a job. But I believe, and I'm very sure that this is a good platform for us to have a better future for ourselves and for our offspring that will be coming.
I like that. The money is, oh my God, that's a good one. Oyindamola, talk
Yes,
to me.
ma'am.
Do you have a comment for us? Do you have a question for us? Please spit it out.
So firstly, I would love to thank the initiator of this job show on, and I am very, very grateful for this opportunity. And I say a big thank you to every team member of Job Show, Miss Faith included. Thank you so much. You've been wonderful and amazing to me. So I have a question. Yes, my question goes thus: how has this job show impact? I know it has impacted like, but for a particular career, for a career of my choice, how what's the rate of my, let's say, employment? What's the success rate of my employment? Let's take that first question. I'm coming back.
Okay, I guess it's my turn to answer questions now. Are you giving me 60 seconds or 90 seconds? Okay, I'll
Yeah.
quickly take 30 seconds. Okay, the rate to measure the success of the job show platform so far, the good news is that I've been a journalist. I was trained as a journalist all my life. I've been a journalist for 16 years and I'm United Nations trained. And I also have my HR certification as a media journalist reporting on employment and labor markets. And what that means is that 80% of people that we are in job show, they are journalists as well. Faith is a journalist, and anybody you come across that works with job show, most likely we're all journalists. So the opportunity, the success rate is there. And before I do I left Nigeria. We did 6,500 and probably 27, 28 employment. The records are there for people. And the good news about it is that this is a self-service project where we definitely want to reduce unemployment in all sectors, in quote, not in journalism or media sector as you may request for. So it's an open, endless possibility for anybody that wants to definitely be part of this as well. And I'm going to use a question to also call on all employers of labor that wants to also reduce the unemployment in the country, as at today is 41% unemployment rate in Nigeria, and happens to be the largest black nation on earth. So put the mass together, the country is really in need of help. Otherwise, the bombshell is coming down. And when it comes down, it will definitely affect everybody as we speak as a nation. So, to wrap up your question, the possibility is limitless. Oyindamola.
Okay, sir. So next question, please. So, do you have the opportunity to reject a job? Okay, let's assume you get me a job on the island and the salary is not sitting well with me. When you get a job, you do your calculation, transport, feeding, and all of that. Do I have the opportunity to reject, job show, I don't want this particular job? Am I still open to other opportunities? Or it is just opportunity comes but once?
Thank you so much. Opportunity comes but once. Whoever created that phrase, I will have to amend it. Opportunities are forever, and if it comes, if it goes, more are coming. But the difference is that you might not have the same content, the same reward for each opportunity. For example, you have a job on the island that pays 200. You have that job, you might not get it, and it goes. You might have another job in Egbeda that pays 50,000. So there are opportunities, but the content of opportunity is what differs. So opportunity is open, is there. I'm not going to do the job, Oyindamola. You are the one that's going to do the job. So if fate tells you that you have an employer that wants to take you in Kutangora or in Puncha Punche, and for God's sake, you are the one that will say, no, I can't go to Puncha Punche because I can't afford the transportation to Puncha Punche. Can you take me to somewhere on the mainland that I can get? Of course, Page is not going to do the job. So you have the liberty to reject, to decline, and of course to also say, please seek for more opportunities for me.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Is that all?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I thought I was going to be on the hot seat for a very long time. Okay, Faith, is there anything you want to contribute to Daniel and Oyindamola as this morning quickly?
Hi, well done, Daniel. Oyindamola. Your presentations, your responses, spot on. I particularly like the fact that you're both very grounded. Although you're relatively fresh out of school, but you have ample knowledge. You present yourself in a very vocal way that tells, I know my stuff, I know my onion. If I'm called upon, I can deliver. It's really important that your prospective employer has the feel that this person can do this thing when the person is called upon. So great job, guys. Well done. And congrats. Good luck in your search and your future endeavors. That'll be all from me, sir.
All right, Faith, thank you so much. I told you that Faith is one person that is one of the engine room of the job. So thank you, Faith, for sharing that thought with us as well. You're all appreciated, and I can tell you confidently that, believe me, the jobs will keep flying in for you guys. I will personally pitch your resume to employers of labor in Nigeria and see how that will take you. And of course, the opportunities is also out there, talking about the digital space. So we are not limited to getting employment in the region of Nigeria or West Africa. This is a digital space where you can work from home and you have an employer of labor in the US, UK, or Europe, or in the Middle East as well. So depending on where the opportunity is coming from, I will be pitching your resume and your skills and experience to all employers of labor. So guys, thank you so much. Fingers crossed, the edited version of this show will be released latest by Monday, and you have the opportunity to watch it again, and we'll definitely put your information out there, people that wants to get across to you, and you can definitely take it. It doesn't end here. The search is still on. you will definitely have an opportunity. Thank you. Every job,
Thank you very much.
regardless of part-time job, is our breaking news. Thanks, guys.